I know, I heard what you said the first time. I don't think you have what it takes. Sure, yeah, okay, cool. We'll give you a shot. Not that long ago, AMD was barely making GPUs that we consider budget or entry level. It wasn't until RDNA 2 came along that they really started to actually compete with NVIDIA on an equal basis. So do you think it's possible from AMD to build a mid-tier graphics card at a budget price that can do 4K gaming at 60 FPS or better? Today we're going to find out, but before that, there's a few things you really need to think about before we get to that. This video is brought to you in part by LIQMAX. LIQMAX is a leading manufacturer of high-performance PC hardware, including their well-built, budget-friendly CYBERBRON and MARBLEBRON series of power supplies, along with their new LIQMAX 3 series AIOs, now available in white. For more information, please check out the link in the description below. 1080p is still the most common resolution people are gaming at today. However, 1440p is starting to gain traction now that certain GPUs are getting cheaper, they're getting a little more powerful, so you're starting to get a little bit more horsepower on a budget. However, most people feel 4K is still out of reach, whether that's due to the cost of the GPU needed to do that, or the monitor itself. So why would any manufacturer, whether it's Intel, AMD, or NVIDIA, even consider making a GPU capable of 4K gaming at a budget price when most people can't afford it anyway? You're probably thinking, we're gonna have to wait till next gen, see what that has to offer, but again, at what price? Well, today we're gonna find out if you have to wait or not. I ran my usual gauntlet of benchmarks against the RX 6750 XT, a little bit of racing, esports, and AAA titles to see what it can do at 4K. My challenge to you though is before you watch the benchmarks, do you think it averaged across the benchmarks 30, 60, 90, or 120 FPS? Take a minute, lock in your votes in the comments, and then let's go ahead and jump into the benchmark. One quick disclaimer here before we jump into the benchmarks, my test bench specs will be right here on the screen. Just so you know, you're probably thinking, why the heck would I do that? I try to go with a kind of an average mid-tier build, so that way if you like the results you see, and you have an equal or better system, you should see the same or better system. Essentially, I'm trying to leave a little bit of meat on the bone for you to where if you do have the same specs, or you overclock, or you have a better spec system, you should get at least that. I'm not trying to sell you hopes and dreams. But let's go ahead, let's jump into them. So now that you've seen the benchmarks, you're probably thinking the same thing I did. There's just no fucking way. Now, considering my test bench is limited, that means there's more room for more FPS if you have a better spec'd system. In all honesty, I'm a 1440p gamer. I have a 3080 in my personal rig. It's got the hybrid cooler from EVGA on it, and I love it. I think it performs pretty well, but I also know that it does have limitations. To see a mid-tier card handle 4K what I think is respectfully well was very surprising and shocking for me. Yes, I know the 3080, 3090 NVIDIA talked about, and even the 6900 XT, you know, 4K gaming cards, etc. I still didn't expect it to have the results that it did. Now, disclaimer, my test bench is done at low, medium, high default settings, and if you decide to max out the settings, you're very possibly going to fall below 60 FPS in some of those more challenging titles like Cyberpunk, Watch Dogs, etc. But again, that's your call. And you know, for me to see a mid-tier card giving you that kind of performance, that's great, because a lot of people are playing at home on their 4K living room TV, and you can at least run it at full resolution and get a reasonably good playing experience. It only honestly gives me more hope for the next generation that their low-end, mid-range will have more performance that we're currently seeing. And again, hopefully a better price now that Intel's barely trickled in there, but AMD is actually bringing it to NVIDIA. Competition is creating these kind of results. More power, more better at less pricing. Do me a favor, guys, now that you've seen that, drop your comments below. Let me know what you thought about the benchmarks. If you're surprised, not surprised, as what you expected. And also let me know if you guys are playing at 4K or have thought about it, or maybe now considering it that you've seen this. So outside of that, that's all I have for you. Please hit that like, subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one.